take 1.5 cups of boiling water. And then we're gonna add in our salt. We're gonna add in our oil. And we need 3/4 cup of honey. Stir it. If you do use that liquid honey, then just measure it right after you measure your oil, because the oil will help the honey release from the measuring cup better. So by coating the measuring cup with oil first and then adding the honey, and it'll slide right out. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cool for a bit, and then we're gonna add the eggs.
So I'm back and I let the water cool for a bit. Now we can add the eggs in without worrying about the water being too warm. When we crack the egg, we want to crack it in a smaller bowl first and then pour it in, just in case there are shells or anything else wrong with the egg. Then we want to add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to start by adding 3 cups of flour. The reason I didn't measure this out earlier is because the flour amount always changes depending on the temperature, the day, your elevation, the humidity, and much more. We'll add the yeast in and mix it all up.
I'm gonna add in about 3 to 4 more cups. We're gonna start mixing it by hand a bit. Okay, it's still pretty goopy underneath, so I'm gonna add in 1 more cup of flour to make it 3 cups. Yeah, it feels a bit better. Now, whole wheat flour is a lot denser, so it's harder to knead in general. Right now it doesn't feel harder to knead, but it will. So I'm gonna pour this on to my clean counter. And just start kneading on here as well. I'm gonna let it rest for a bit and then continue kneading for about 10 minutes or so. This is a workout, especially since it's so dense. But yes, whole wheat dough is a lot denser. Now let this rest. I'm gonna cover it with a towel, let it rest for a couple minutes and continue on. Okay, after you let the dough, finish kneading the dough, you just wanna touch it. If it springs back, you know it's done. So what we did is I put a little bit of oil in this bowl at the bottom. I'm gonna take my dough, flip it around in the oil until it's all nice and coated. And we're gonna cover it with a damp towel. I'm gonna soak this in warm water, wring it out and cover it. And whole wheat needs 3 to 5 hours to rise, a lot longer. So we're gonna check it at 3 hours. And then if we want to let it rise a bit more, we'll take out the air bubbles and let it rise a little bit more for another couple hours. It's very dense still. I don't know how this is gonna be light and fluffy. Yeah, I'm gonna make a pizza dough. Normally with pizza dough, you just stretch it out, but since this is dense, we're going to roll it out. This dough is really, really dense. So it's harder to roll out than normal dough. I hope it rises. This is a brand new packet of yeast I used. So we're gonna try it like this. Put a little bit of olive oil on the pan. And now we'll take, this is the carrot top pesto, and we'll put some of the carrot top pesto on. We'll add some toppings on. So I have some fire roasted red peppers. So this is what the pizza looks like, still steaming. The bread didn't puff up like I thought it would. The pizza is actually surprisingly good. Since it is more hearty, I would probably add more sauce or tomato sauce next time, and have more saucy type of toppings on top to balance out the heartiness. But yeah, I would recommend it. Overall, really good.
Enjoy, and we'll see you next time.